Alright, hey everybody. Everybody's Tuesday's going pretty good so far. Of course, can't wait to finish up work because lots of new stuff's coming out today in the gaming world. Not only Mass Effect, but also the new Overwatch hero. I'm really excited to try that. Yeah, so also sorry if I'm a little quieter today. I had to get some work done at the dentist, so I'm in a bit of pain, but it's not too bad. And please let me know if the mic volume's too loud because I did some adjusting over the night. But so I've done some pretty exciting work. Let's see. So okay, let's clean this up. If yesterday I ended on trying to find a better way to send messages over the server, well luckily Unity does supply a way. You can actually just send your own messages either from the client or here on the network server. And although it's a little low level, so a slightly lower level than the old way we used to do with the command and RPC functions, because we have to set up these like message indexes, and for some reason they don't let you really use an enumeration easily because you have to set message type to highest and things like that. But it's still way better. So there's really two pros to this. The first is that we don't have to go through the network player interface for all these functions anymore. Actually, three good things. Second, we can send a message to a specific connection, which is really useful because we don't have to worry about ignoring messages that originated from a certain client. And the third thing is we can get the connection ID from the actual message itself, so we don't have to trust the clients to send like their correct data. So that's really useful. Another thing I found out is how to actually terminate a connection. So now we can do that when we don't want, when a client tries to connect to the server with bad password, or for example. So I did a little work with this just to test it, getting the clients to validate. So I guess I'll just show that it does work. So if we join, we set the password to dog. Okay, we see that it did go through all those. That's just the GUI, and it's just because I haven't updated this screen yet, but we can see that we're now connected, and Beluga has the server connection, so we see that we're connected, and the client connection is connection number 1. So since we don't even use the network player interface anymore, I just basically it's just a shell. It's not even on the player objects anymore. And I also took out all references to the net ID because we don't need to use that at all. I haven't just outright deleted this object yet because we might need to look up some code from it, but I guess we should set it as obsolete now. Okay, so the reason that what I was doing that made me want to try to figure out better network messaging was setting up these, or trying to fix the lobby screen. So I was working on the, I basically was going on the lobby scene and then going down this list, but I realized that before I do that I should probably make sure this lobby initialize check works, because we have to change all of the other objects to use that, or to respect it. And I don't think we'll have to change a whole lot. So before I was trying to use like a generic like ready notice to the server, and I guess we can still try to do that, but I think that we should also tag what type, like what ready check we're actually sending to the server. So let's see. So we'll basically need several of these objects. So let's just make, instead of trying to make everything super generic right now, let's just make one for the lobby initialize ready, because I think it will be simple. Let's see. Let's copy all this for now. I also realize that this timeout period is way too short. But yeah. Basically, we need server ready check. Oh, it's because, yeah, they set the right namespace. Okay. And then, so it'll have this stuff, and then instead of using a constant period, we'll have private float timeout period. And then we'll also have, we'll need a callback, or no, we won't. I think that once we, yeah, we'll just return the boolean when we add something to it. So yeah, we won't register a message here. That'll be the outside class job. Okay, and then we won't look at a specific object. private now. I think it should have always been private, but... Okay, so now... set this. Should probably actually just have it in the constructor. So we don't, this class doesn't need any of this, except we will need to set up that message, but I'll wait. Timeout should be more like 10 seconds probably. But I guess we'll still use the constant. Okay, don't need any of that. I've been trying to do like these interfaces, but I don't think it really helps any. Might be kind of nice. Might be nice actually if we had like some registry up here, because I think I'm going to make anything that registers a handler be static, so we don't need to worry about having to like delete a handler when an object disposes or anything. So let's see, how do we do this? Public class message handler. So we have a short for the message key, and then I think Unity has like a specific callback or a specific delegate for the handler. Network message delegate. But I actually want to change it because, see right here, for server handlers we want to get the connection ID always. Okay, so I guess we will need two separate classes. So this is a client message handler. Action. So I guess I'll just have to send a message base, and the inside classes will read the message themselves. Better way to do it, unfortunately. client handlers. And so instead of here, where we just would manually enter in all these, instead we'd say for each client handlers, and then we just say client register handler. So handler message key. That's a bit confusing, actually. I hope those were the same, but let's see. So network message delegate. Same thing with server, except yes, these will actually be the same class now. So I don't know. The good thing about this is that we don't have to come back into this object every time we want to handle a new message. But the bad thing is it makes all the logic classes need to know about the inner workings of the message system, because they have to do this read message and things. I don't know. I think it might be better to keep doing this manually, unfortunately. So anyway, we won't do that. Okay, so for this lobby ready check. Oh right, this is confusing. Okay, just delete all of this. We'll need to add a couple messages here. Lobby init check or and then we'll need to be sure to always do that. And so for the client, we'll need to register think what I'll do here. Don't want to litter the game components with a bunch of messengers just for all these various network things, so okay. So public class client message callbacks. Static action. Okay, so we actually wouldn't even have a message for this. So public static action. Lobby init already. And then all I have to do is call and yeah, we don't even care about the contents of the message. Also, have a server message callbacks. And then we can just use a simple ready check. And yeah, if you want to send it over the network, you always have to make it inherit from message base. So this would actually be type there, and don't forget to set the correct handler. Okay, and so then down here we also call public void client send lobby init ready. And here we just call the client send message. Okay, and then we'll have a similar one for the server. to do. I wonder if you can send a null message. Probably not. I guess we'll just send a new int message. I can't do that. Yeah. Let's see. Unity send empty message. Okay, so there is an empty message class. Okay, one thing I just realized is this you need to send to all clients, so have another callback here. And I think there's a send to all function. Yeah, right here. Okay, so now we just need objects to hook into these things. So we got the server side first. So network tracker. Server message callbacks, lobby init ready equals unreceived notice. Then we have the connection ID and also the notice. And then we just send it to the ready check. And it will return us all ready equals ready check. Player notified ready. Then notice is ready. Connection ID. We don't actually need that anymore, I just realized. So I wonder, is there like a bool message? Probably not. Well, we'll just use this ready notice class in case we ever have to add anything else to it. Right, where was I? Here. Okay, so when we get all ready, then okay, so I think I'm gonna make this network tracker a singleton. So, actually I'll do it on the awake. tracker instance equals this, because there'll only ever be one. Oh, is it not like that? Oh, it doesn't like the read-only. Okay, well. Click static. I think that works well. So we just call network tracker. Server and lobby in it already. And that's all we have to do there. Pretty simple. Let's go to the Moddable Chess game and add this class. Got it right here. Okay, so yeah, server, client stuff. So we got the new lobby, server, lobby and net ready check. And then we need to do the same thing for the client. Basically, we should probably have another, something like the server ready check manager, except for the client that automatically keeps on sending ready checks. Also want a resend period. Update as well, obviously. Okay, this. And we'll activate this whenever we actually this should just be activatable itself, and then containing class can activate when this will start sending out ready checks. Also have private action. This will actually be the callback. also need to set the variables. Did I? Should make sure I did that in the server ready check as well. Okay, I did. So how this will work? We'll have a timer. Private. Float. Timer. Okay, and so let's see. Let's have a separate active variable actually. So if active does not equal value, active equals value, so let's put a tick helper, and then if active now, then we set the or let's just call this the sum send function. And this would call the callback as well as set the timer. Below 0, then call the callback. Or no, we call the send method. Alright, and so here it's probably not the right namespace. So we got the sender equals new game resend period. Should be slightly less than 10 seconds. So if we wanted to be really smart, it should change based on your latency, but just do 5, and then we'll have resend ready. And what this will do is call the network tracker client send lobby init ready. Ready equals true. Okay. Well, this is the basics of it. Then we also need to call the network tracker client message callbacks and handle when the server sends us a message back. It's on already. So here we would set sender active to false, and then do some kind of event. Okay, so blue guy made these async queries. Which kind of like combines two messengers into one. But we don't actually need a query here, we would just need an async. Something that does command forward and then a message back. It would just be the same thing except without the return value. arguments. Actually, I know the reason I did this because a query assumes that you have something returning, so what should I... This ready check doesn't actually return anything, but should I name it? Instead of calling it async, maybe we should call it two-way messenger. I'll think of something. We'll go with this for now. And again, I'm just trying to cut down a bit on the number of components that we have to register for every back and forth message. So I don't know if we really need it. So let's see. That was right here. I was trying to decide what would be the best to help keep the game debugged and easy to, like, I'm trying to figure out what would be the cleanest code. Because kind of when you have this two-way messenger, it's almost like you always expect for like a return call to come, but that might not always happen. So let's see. Basically, we need game components. Get or register. This would be a command. No arguments. Oh wait, no, it would have a boolean. Component keys. Lobby. What? Okay, so we have the send lobby ready status. Yeah, these component keys are getting a bit out of hand. Having to rewrite this, all this logic so often. What does it use here? Send ready notice. Oh, so it uses just the generic one, and we don't want to do that. So component keys. Well, I don't have to worry about like prepending client server at the beginning anymore because the way we did it, there's not any messages on the server. So let's say lobby init send ready. And then we have a command bool create. Oh, is that the dot? Okay. And then we're gonna be the handler for this command, so then we would call the handler equals on send ready. Okay. So now whenever that's called, we will call the network tracker. Oh, actually we would just say sender active equals true. Well, if ready. Otherwise, say sender active is false, and then we want to just send ready equals false. Okay, so let's actually extract this. So bool. Okay, so now here we just send true. What we'll do here actually. You don't have that redundant class. I mean method. False. Okay, and then we need to send a message back that everything is ready. All ready message. Get or register. Component keys, lobby. So how does this do this? So it just listens for this generic already, so we don't want to do that. So then we just send a message create. Okay, so I think this is all set up. Let's add that down here. It's a new client. Client lobby init. Oops. Okay. So now let's update this class to use the new net messages. Does it even need this anymore? I don't think so. So send ready. Let's say get or register, and this will be command boolean lobby init send ready. Why is it not like that? Oh, okay. And then we need to also subscribe. Right, we do have to do this with the activatable list. So unfortunately, yeah, so this way we can't even use this get or register because this activatable list needs for the component to already be in existence. I guess if we really have a problem, we could modify the listener janitor to take the scene component registry and the key and all that, but I think we'll be okay. So I'm just going to assume that these messages are already registered. Lobby init already received. Is that really all I have to do? Okay, so we don't need, yeah, this was to resend. We don't need to do that anymore. What do we call that? So all we have to do here is just call the command. We don't have to deal with all this stuff. Oh, we still set this state. Don't need this anymore. And then on already received, then we just send the initialize, or set the state to initialize. So I think we're all good to go. I think what I'm going to do is on the network tracker, go ahead and print here when we actually send the message. So first we'll do the frame, client, message, so frame is time, frame count, and then, oh wait, this is wrong function. Yeah, right here's what I was looking for. We need one more parenthesis. I'll do the same thing for the server. Server message to all. And then server message to 3. And then we just need one more argument for the connection ID. Okay, so this will help us debug the messages a bit. So in the lobby scene, we can add back the new lobby initialize check. Okay. Let's make sure nothing weird happens. Oh, we have errors. Lobby exit controller. Okay, this timeout period is null, but we're going to be changing all this logic. Okay, so I must have messed up on the string formats. What was that? Time frame count. Oh, I forgot to send the message code. Or, yeah, add the message code to the argument list. Object reference. Saying the client is null. Play a message on 51. So it's trying to send stuff before we've been connected. It's kind of strange. Also post. Is that the right screen? I think I might have picked the wrong one. Yeah, it should be host game prefs actually. Okay, so hopefully that will fix that bug. Okay, looks good so far, so let's build the second player. So if you join, and then okay, so yeah, there's a bunch of junk here, but so validation response. Let's pause. Okay, so it's saying client message. Oh, okay, so that's the problem. It's sending the message on 51, which I think is wrong. Network tracker. Yeah, so this should actually be already. No, I can already tell we're gonna have problems with this. I wonder if I can change it to any num, and I just set this validate as the first as message type highest. Why is it not like that? I really don't know why everything has messed up. Oh, because in enumerations you do a comma instead of a semicolon. Oh, and you also, of course, don't have type declarations in enumerations. I wonder if I set that like this, I wonder if it will put the rest in order or not. Oh, and then I have to convert these enumerations to shorts. Where's the other errors? Alright. And the connection ID is not a short. Okay, I need to change this to let's see if the enumeration works the way I hope. Okay, it does, thank goodness. Okay, so we see that we finally get nice names here, and we also don't have to worry about doing +1 in that list of message headers anymore. Okay, so I can take off. We can rename these to be nicer as well. So I'll just go ahead and clean up these comments because they're not needed anymore. Okay. What is it not like here? I probably did a semicolon again. Oh, I just forgot the comma. I'm surprised it even let me compile. Okay, so play. Okay, so player notified ready, and then the server sent lobby init already out, so that's good. Can probably get rid of these messages now because I don't need them anymore. Something I've wanted to do. So that's good. I know that there's some way, to simulate some latency. It's probably better. Of course, the local client will always never have latency. Obviously, most real games will have some latency, so this will make it easier to test. So now we got that already. Let's move back to the picked turn order. Where is that? Turn order selection. Okay, so here, change this into command. Okay, well actually before we do this, let's make the server and client helpers. I just have this one lobby class. So what this will do is it'll help us send the picked state and also the ready button and the mod choice or mod list and mod choice actually. Have this info because we need this because we have to make sure right here that the connection ID is valid, one that we care about. So I guess we'll just start with this. Don't think we need the tracker variable anymore. And yeah, we don't need the net ID anymore. Close everything else. Okay, so we have this picked turn order. Okay, yes, instead of using send, I'll use notify and relay. And then here we need public static action lobby picked turn order relay. Type here, so turn order. Actually, what is the class that we do for this? Turn order select. Oh, that's not it. Network pick turn order. Okay. Oh, so I already did that, and it's just the choice. Okay, I did rename it, so I'll try and copy it here. So what I'll do here is client register handler. Short messages, lobby, picked turn order relay. So client message callbacks. There we go. And then yeah, I need to say read message. Lobby picked turn order message. And that's kind of long, so let's do that. And then we need something very similar for the server. The only difference here is that we also send the connection ID. So turn order received. server message callbacks, lobby pick turn order received equals received pick turn order. And then also here we need to oh right, I changed the name here. Pick turn order notice or notify, wasn't it? Lobby picked, yeah. Let's move this down. Alright, and these are all static methods now. And then we need a server version. Static void. Server send, lobby pick turn order. And we'll also need the connection ID. We'll send it just to the other player. And it's server send message. Okay. And then let's gonna close that because we don't need it now. Alright, so network tracker, server lobby pick turn order. We actually need to get the other connection ID. I think I'm just going to put that in the server information, a little helper function. Public int other connection ID. So if CID equals 0, then we return client connection ID, else if CID equals client connection ID, we return 0, otherwise return -1. Okay, so server info, this info. And connection ID. Okay. Alright, then I actually have to send that. Okay, and we see, so this is actually wrong because this is, should actually be if it equals oh no, that is right because the host is always 0, so okay, and the host pick order is the only one we want to record ourselves, so that's okay, that's fine. Anything else I need to do here? Oh, I need to actually get the server information. Get or register. Edit component keys. And then let's see. Server information. Create. And actually, in the server information, I'm going to make a couple other helper functions. So public int is host. And then public int is connected.
My punishment continues to elude me.
Wrong types here. It should be bool, and this should be bool as well. So return CID equals is host. Oh wait, return is host, or CID equals client connection ID. Actually, it should also be CID greater than or equal 0. so that, in case we ever have to change the way the connection IDs are stored, we don't have to go through every class and change it directly. So definitely helpful to do that. So I think we're done on the server side.
I simply am not.
Oh wait. This much. Close that. So let's see. Client. You don't have to put client at the beginning of everything, it's in the namespace. So lobby messages. And I'm just gonna copy this because I'll have a lot in common.
My punishment continues.
Okay, but instead of server information, we want local player information. We probably don't even need it actually, but so I'll take it out. So instead of server, we say client message callbacks, lobby picked, turn order relay. We know already that we only received this because it was given to us by the other player, so we don't need to check this at all. In fact, we just call some messenger, so private message turn order. So then we just call turn order receives with the picked dot choice. Alright, it's not the player turn order, it's actually something like lobby choice. Yeah, lobby turn order choice. Now we just need to get that message. Received equals game components. Get register message lobby turn order.
I simply am not. There.
Component keys. I think we already have this one set up. Lobby. Is that the right one? I'll just put that for now. Search for this and see what comes up. Okay, so it's actually, yeah, this is value, so that's not correct. Lobby pick turn order message. What is that? Network pick turn order received. Okay. And then we need to do something similar. I think it was like send request. Oh, that's not right. Oh, it was right, but I spelled it all out. And then for this, we're the handler. it's not a message, it's a command. Equals send picked turn order. And then for this we just call network tracker client. Oh wait, client send pick turn order. Choice equals choice. Anything else? I think that's good. I'm gonna rename these right now. Lobby turn order choice notify and rename lobby turn order choice received. So I did that opposite, didn't I? Last thing I have to, oh I already did that. I was gonna say I need to send that message, but it's already done. Okay, so that's good for this. Let's go to turn order selection controller and just update it. Do I need this anymore? What's the difference? It is host. Okay, so there are some slight differences. So yeah, I still do need it, I think. Toggle values, message. I don't think I need this really anymore. Oh, I think the reason I have that right now is because the lobby exit controller, or that's how the server figures out what turn order is picked. But we're going to, the server stores that value itself now, so it doesn't matter. Values. Okay, this is all interface stuff, that's fine. Okay, well, I'll just keep this in case we need to add it later. Request and pick. This is all fine, except it doesn't have to create it anymore. So pick. And yeah, it's a game component now. Game component. Get. And lobby turn order choice. And I should update that. And then here we subscribe. Again, we don't need to register. Since it's a game component, we will go ahead and assume that it's been set up. Message, lobby, turn order choice. Subscribe. Okay, and this is still not like that? Oh, I always forget I have to subscribe with a listener. Oh, but we should do this. Since it's a game component, we need to do it as a listener janitor. Let's see. I was going to copy and paste the code from here. This function, and then yeah, we can't just do the iLister, we have to do lobby turn order choice type. Okay. I'll be even more generic here, just oh no, that's fine. I was gonna say we could be more generic and do iSubscribable, but that would get kind of long. What do I think? Good there. What other errors? Okay, so now we just have to send selected value. Don't have to bother with creating that object because the client helpers will do that. That's GUI. Okay, so what calls this function? Nothing. Oh. Why did we do that, I wonder? I don't think we have to anymore. Oh yeah, and I just remembered okay, so we don't care about the connection ID anymore. Picked name. Okay, so now we just switch the pick itself. We don't need that anymore. Don't need this anymore. Don't need the local info. Don't need this. Don't need this. So actually here we should set will change equals true or false. Then if change. Okay. So this is good, but the send pick over network, we have to wait until we're initialized. So private simple. Oh wait, it's just a state machine now. Well, I can just call it init status. So init status equals scene components get component, or doesn't get now. State machine. I can actually do get or register, I think. Int. Let's see. Component keys. Lobby init status right here. And then state machine listener is integer. Status change. Okay, and so what we'll do here, we only really care if the init status state equals lobby init check status. Oh, I did that wrong. So if it's initialized now, then we want to send pick over network. And then right here we want to check also to make sure that it's initialized. Because the whole point is we don't want to send these messages until the server has been set up. Okay, so that's good. I think we're all done. So lobby scene, let's add back the turn order selection. And then I think actually in the game I need to add in those new client and server classes. Yeah, because we just have the init check right now. So server, lobby, messages, this, and new server, oh the client actually, client, lobby messages, this. Okay, still have plenty of time. Let's see if we can finish the mod stuff. So next we'll do the modless controller. So we have a few messages here. Got so we got the message to send the mod list over the network, and then we have a message to send the pick mod. I'm trying to decide. See, right now we rely on the clients to tell us which mod is playable. Maybe we should have the server do that. So how do we set this up? So we got this mod list entry. So this will be a message base now. Oh, a Secret Amanda song always brings back memories. Don't need that. So maybe let's see, what else do we have? Well, this controller also contains this network status, and I think the file path, so that's fine. But I think that we should have the server calculate this network status now. So we should change this instead. Host out of date, client out of date, and then only host, only client. Really, they don't make much difference. I get technically will complicate some of the stuff here because it will have to find out if it's the host or not to display the correct messages. But all that is just a display issue, so I don't mind. Okay, so I guess we kind of need a couple things here. So we got mod list notify message, and then we'll have mod list notify mod list notify I guess entry, I think that's what I called it before. Mine went blank there. That's fine. And then we need another one, except this is mod list. I'm trying to think of what to call it. This will be like the object that the server sends back. I guess I don't want to spend too long just trying to think of a name, so I think this will be fine. And the reason this is different is because the server also sends back the status. Okay, and I guess while we're here we'll change this. I just gotta get rid of that. So let's pop into Unity, make sure there's no... Okay, so it says complaining about the mod list changing. Okay. So now I'll go... Yeah, there's some errors in here, that's fine. Okay, let's do the server side first. We'll just copy our own little list here. So private, and the server does not care about the file path. Trying to think like, say for instance the client and host have the same mod of cat chess or whatever, but the display names are different. I was just trying to decide which one the server would send back. And then because it does need to send all this stuff because say for instance if the host doesn't have cat chess, it would need all this information. But I guess I guess the mod list control or the actual displays would always just use the local information, so that's fine. how this does it, because we're basically just going to copy this function that combines local and network mods.
function and we can pick stuff out. So combine modulus. Oh yeah, so I guess we'll just keep 3 separate lists here. Okay, so we don't care about that. Mods clear. So, post mods. Post mods So we do want to clone it because we changed this network status. Yeah, we don't have the file path anymore. I guess we could maybe just add, I don't know. We can probably just add the mod itself. So name map. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And then we do the same thing. Oh right, we have this max to make sure that someone doesn't send like 10 billion mods or something. But I think Unity would probably throw an error trying to send such a large message. So, and that would probably be taken care of before we actually even get to this function. Okay, so bring it down. Int I, and then we have client mods, count. Okay, so this gets the index. Let's change that to rename. Or how about match index? Matched. Mod name. And we add here, combine mods. Then if matched, yeah, we'll just change network status to matched. Okay, so right, so we did the host mods first, so if it already exists, then we know that the client mod is out of date. Yes, that's all good. Okay, the server doesn't care about this, so alright, so, but we still need an else. Alright, then we need to say
here we do need the picked mod. So let's move this around. So we got private string, picked mod name. I guess we could just use a mod object, I don't know. Okay, so pick mod, and then it just looks through the list. So I think also well, we'll just have, I was going to say that maybe the server should send a message here if the pick mod is not valid anymore, but the clients will be able to figure that out themselves. So yeah, rather than send that message and have to deal with like race conditions and latency and stuff, we'll just quietly set the picked mod. You know, actually, I should use the string here because since the picked mod is a separate message, let's go ahead and add this now since I'll remember. And it only sends this display name. Should actually send the mod name. Since it only sends the mod name, then we could only know the mod name at any time. So let's see. Private who has picked mod. Okay. Then if picked mod not found, then we just set has picked mod to false. Mod name equals picked mod. That's all we have to do. And then we would send out the combined mods as a message. So let's do that. Should be private actually. So we got private void received mod list and the connection ID, as well as the, what did I call it? So mod list notify message. Stuff. We've also got received mod pick. I guess let's go into the network tracker now and add all the messages we need. So, lobby mods, list, notify, lobby mods, list, relay, lobby mods, pick, notify, and lobby mods, pick, relay. So the client has two possible calls here. First is, I'm gonna grab this object. Lobby mods list notify. Oh wait, this is a callback, so what is the object? Right here, it's a slightly different one. And then it also has public static action. Can I remember? Lobby mods pick relay. Okay, so I'll just copy and paste this stuff. Lobby mods list. And this is lobby mods pick relay. And just copy and paste these function names. And then similarly here, we got public static action int, and got the first one, which is message. Lobby mods list received. The second one is basically the same. Let's pick received. Okay, setup. Probably picked turnout everything. Why does the server doesn't? Yeah, I did that wrong. The server does not subscribe to that. So lobby pick turn order notify. So lobby mods list notify. Lobby mods pick notify. We got that, and then we've got to set up the same types. Okay. And then last but not least, we've got to call these functions or set up these functions. So, got the notify message with client. Lobby mods notify, and then server. Okay, should change this. Send lobby mods list. Send lobby mod list. Okay, so except I'll copy this because we use the connection. So lobby mods pick. Mods pick. Yes, notify. And lobby mods pick relay. Got all that set up. Just about out of time, but I'm gonna finish this up. That's up it. Network tracker, server, message callbacks, list received equals receive mod list. Network tracker, server message callbacks, mods pick receive equals receive mod pick. Okay, and mod pick is pretty simple. Unselected, then has picked mod equals not pick, not selected, and if info is connected, then we send this back, relay it actually, servers and lobby mods pick. Okay, and now that I think about it, we might not even need to do this right here, because probably what will happen is when the host signals that they're ready, then the server would send a message back to them telling them if their picks are valid, which the client should keep track of themselves as well. But so it would be at that point that we check to see if the picked mod was in the list, so we don't actually need those right now. Okay, and I would do this part, but we've got to like combine or convert the mod notify message into the new list and everything, so I'll leave that for tomorrow. Well, we're definitely making progress, and I think this new system is, I have way more control over things, and I think it's going to be much less buggy in the long run. So, I'm feeling really good about it. But, okay, thanks everybody for coming out and watching and chatting. And I'll be back tomorrow, same time, 5 Eastern, and we'll pick up where I left off. Alright, thanks again. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.